Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. So we got some stuff that's going on within the community. Obviously, we had a video yesterday about Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and the FTT token and Binance and just this whole debacle between, stabbing people in the back, going, against the competitors when it comes to lobbying with regulators and politicians. There's just so much stuff going on. And then we have this from Library. It says, "We lost. Sorry, everyone." So that's regarding that. Library versus the SEC lawsuit in regards of the LBC token. That has utility on their platform, but they had lost the case. So coming over here, starting with James K. Filing, it says, breaking: New Hampshire court finds that Library offered LBC as a security and that the fair notice defense fails. Says court finds, quote, "No reasonable trier of fact could reject the SEC's contention that Library offered LBC as a security, and Library does not have a triable defense that it lacked fair notice. The SEC is entitled to judgment. The SEC's motion for summary judgment is granted." So Fred Rispoli says, remember, the New Hampshire is in the First Circuit and the SDNY is in the second. This is not anywhere close to game over for Ripple, because there's been a lot of conversation like, oh man, no, this isn't what we wanted. Library lost. Like, this is detrimental to Ripple's case. So this is what he's saying. This is not anywhere close to game over for Ripple, but it definitely is a momentum killer. And we all know the SEC will be throwing this in order in front of Judge Torres as soon as possible. I mean, we've all kind of anticipated that if the verdict went against Library in the Library versus SC case. So coming over here, Library says, "We lost. Sorry, everyone." And they say, "We're going to lick our wounds for a little bit, but we're not giving up. We've got a bright team, tens of millions of pieces of content, hundreds of thousands of creators, and one of the most popular Web3 apps in the world. The best is yet to come." The full ruling in the SC versus Library case can be read here. So they have it down here. Continuing on, Jeremy Hogan speaking on, he says, "Library fought the good fight but lost at summary judgment. The judge hung its hat largely on the fact that there was essentially no use for the tokens at the time of the sales. I would expect this case to make its way into the SEC's final brief in the Ripple case." I mean, I think we're all kind of saying that. Jeremy Kaufman had commented too as well. He says the SEC versus Library case establishes a precedent that threatens the entire U.S. cryptocurrency industry. Under this standard, almost every cryptocurrency, including Ethereum and Doge, are securities. The future of crypto now rests with an org worse than the SEC, the U.S. Congress. So, man, it's going to be interesting to see how things unfold, man. I mean, you've been hearing about Sam Bankman-Fried, Ben Armstrong, or Big Boy Crypto has been ranting hard about Sam Bankman-Fried and this tactics and what's going on about, the lobbying and the politicians and them trying to get certain bills across that are harmful for decentralization within the space when it comes to DeFi, and just so much stuff that's going against what crypto is all about. And obviously you have, actors like Johnny Deaton and Jeremy Hogan and the class action lawsuit with 75,000 plus XRP holders, the XRP army, Jason Foster, Empower Oversight, Eleanor Terran and Charles Gasparino, and all, the people that are involved in the good fight, because they see the writing on the wall. They see what the SECs and these corrupt government officials are trying to do. They're trying to get the incumbents to take control in a bigger piece of the pie when it comes to the digital asset space and the cryptocurrency space. John Deaton says, "This unfortunately is a total win for the SEC, as the judge does not distinguish secondary market sales independent of Library or future sales versus past sales. Get ready to throw up with Gary Gensler and the SEC using this case as an example to move forward against crypto." I mean, we know it's coming. It says Crypto's Laws tried behind the scenes and publicly to get more attention to this case. We interviewed Jeremy Kaufman, whom I am confident won't stop fighting. This case won't change the outcome of the XRP case, so do not let it bring your spirits down. The fight continues. I mean, straight up. I mean, that is so reassuring to hear from, Fred Rispoli and John Deaton in particular. That's huge. And everybody needs to know that. Tony Edwards from Thinking Crypto had this powerful tweet here. It's a short thread that is extremely powerful, and we all can relate to it, being XRP and Ripple investors. It says, "Once again, Gary Gensler and the SEC have caused myself and others to lose money, yet they are supposed to be protecting investors. First, The SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, which caused the value of XRP to tank. I lost money as a result. Second, I hate when it does that. Second, they target library where I publish content and earn LBC with the loss. Today, the LBC token has tanked. I have lost money again. Thanks for the protection, robbing me. So I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at how you put it out. So here it is. I mean, look at this. Straight tankage. And I had commented, it's not up there, but I had made a comment as well. It's like, man, I'm right there with you, brother. Like, my family has been affected financially, and our portfolios have been decimated because of the actions of the SEC in the lawsuit. I mean, I can relate to this. That's real, man. It's unfortunate. JV puts this up. It says, don't let my tweet scare you, but the library ruling just put a lot of crypto projects on notice. There's not many tokens out there that aren't similar to XRP being used as an actual currency to solve a global payments issue. So, I mean, this is a real thing, though. Like, you remember we talk about on this channel, most, if not all of what's happening in crypto is speculation, right? There's very few projects that actually have true ongoing real use case and utility. So think about, maybe we got what do they say? Like 1% of the market actually solves a real world problem and has true use case and utility. And that actually has staying power. There's a lot of projects out there that are just, bound to get wrecked. Jungle Inc. says he's referring to the project should already be on alert. He says they should have already been on notice. The proposed Senate regs show you the government's thinking. All alts will be a security offering. The promoters and devs will have to register and comply if they want to trade in the U.S. market. Survive until we get the infrastructure. Man. Ben Armstrong here from Big Boy Crypto says, okay, let's talk about library getting defeated by the SEC. People are scared now across the industry, and especially some members of the XRP army. Here are my basic thoughts, and then I'll break each down. It says, 1, this is bad for altcoins and ICOs. 2, Ripple is still going to win. He says still doing to win, but he means still going to win. And I agreed. I definitely agree. Stefan Huber put this up. It says, think about it. While the SEC brought library to the ground for being a dangerous illegal security that is hurting investors, Luna Classic is still worth billions and freely tradable. Really soak that in. Luna Classic is still worth billions and freely tradable after the massive market collapse that was hit by what happened with Terra Luna and Do Kwon and UST. I mean, it's nuts, man. And I said that's some crap backwards logic of the SEC. I love this from Tom Emmer. It says, Gary Gensler's leadership has been marked by unproductive regulation by enforcement action that has jeopardized public trust and harmed our financial markets. He claims this is only the beginning. I have a message for Gary Gensler. A new day is coming. I love when he said, a new day is coming. I love it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Congress, steps up and fights the good fight with us. I mean, all in all, I mean, look at the market here. We're sitting at 1.06 trillion, currently down almost 3%. Bitcoin sitting at 20,500. Let me go ahead and update this. Yeah, I mean, XRP sitting at 46. I mean, it's not looking too great, and it's unfortunate what happened with Jeremy Kauffman and Library, and it is setting precedent. Here goes some more news right here. It's from Watcher Guru. It says, breaking, Department of Justice seizes 3.36 billion Bitcoin in connection with the Silk Road fraud. The largest crypto seizure ever. I mean, goodness. Government's accumulating more. Here we go. From Cointelegraph. So it says, Sam Bankman-Fried calls for the collaboration with Binance for the ecosystem. FTX founders denied that there were liquidity issues with the exchange FTT token and claim to be the victim of false rumors. Coming down here, it says, can I zoom in? Yeah. A competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. If FTX, or it's heavily regulated, meaning FTX is heavily regulated, even when that slows us down, we have a GAAP audits with more than 1 billion excess cash. We have a long history of safeguarding clients' assets, and that remains true today. So there's some quotes that's going against this. The point we like to stress is that the decision to hold or sell a token depends on one's own risk, appetite, and judgment. This is Binance co-founder. Our decision to sell FTT is a pure investment related exit decision, which has nothing to do with a war, and we have no intention to engage in drama. It says, here goes another one from CZ. We won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. I mean, that's what we covered in our previous video. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And to see the market still hold over $1 trillion, I mean, I hope it holds strong. I mean, I hope nothing really comes out with this whole FTX, FTT, and Sam Bankman-Fried stuff. I really hope these billionaires, kind of pull their heads out of their butt and really work together for the sake of the industry and the people within the industry, because that's what they claim they're about. So hopefully they do all that, man. It's crazy times, man. It's crazy times. But that's what I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto's Key Conversations YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto's Key 1. I really appreciate you guys' support. I really do. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.